your student loans, or if you're past due and you need help, you must call right now. We will restructure your loan or your money back, and that's a guarantee. So call the student loan hotline right now. 800-949-8707, 800-949-8707, 800-949-8707, 800-949-8707.
Welcome to Fifth Street Sports on SB Nation Sports Byline Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez, and I'm joined today with my co-host Oklahoma Brian, which he's going to be able to do part of the show with me, and then he's got to go teach, which I appreciate because we got a really nice segment in the first one, and I wanted to capture Brian's attention because it's something really interesting after 2 weeks in the NFL. Brian, are you ready for some little NFL Week 3 previews?
Bring it. Can't wait.
You're on fire. And I wanted to run this by you because we were in the boardroom today making new lines for certain prop bets. And on this one, guys, this one, we actually drafted it up today. And when we come back from our first break, we're going to run it by Brian fresh. Now, remember, this is fresh. He has not seen it. So we get to see somebody's take that's on a heater because he's on a heater right now. And he can actually look at a line that we would put out there for wagering if we owned our own sports book. You think you're up for that, Brian? Right on you drank your espresso today?
I can verify. I definitely haven't seen these. This could be embarrassing. We'll see what happens.
I don't think so, brother. I was telling everybody. I even recognized that on Monday night you took me off a loser. Right now, I think you're seeing a board like as clear as like let's say those telescopes that can see a gnat on the moon. Right now, when you look at that sports screen, you know, our sports options or Don Bass, now it's Sports Insights. You're looking at that board like a gnat on the moon, you know.
For now, it's that can go. That can easily get undone here with one bad week. But for now, I'm feeling pretty good.
No, but you know, how many years have we been doing this, Brian, that you recognize when somebody's on, we just ride it until we don't.
Yeah.
And then but how about when somebody's cold? Tell me that's not the art of the game. When somebody's cold, you just, pull the reins.
I think that's better. Right. I think so.
Me too. So stay tuned, Brian. Roll up your sleeves, drink that espresso, because when we come back, we're going to hit you one right on the fly. We're not even going to let you call timeout. Frank Perez, Oklahoma Brian. We'll be right back. Fifth Street Sports.
You're clear. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
If you are age 85 or younger, call to learn more about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network. The average funeral now costs over $10,000. Are you at risk of leaving loved ones to help pay your debts? A final expense policy for seniors can pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. You don't need a medical exam, and you can have lifetime coverage, and the policy cannot be canceled. To receive free information about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Angel Care Network. Call now. You'll also receive information about a free prescription discount card just for calling in. Agents are standing by.
Call 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774.
Hey, Frank, cinch you up on your microphone there a little bit, or turn Frank's mic up a couple of notches.
4.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit. And 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
We're back. Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. I have Oklahoma Brian as my co-host. We're on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio. Also, you can find us on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. At Twitter, have Fifth Street Sports, and www.fifthstreetsports.com. And also, you guys in the Armed Forces Network out there, thank you. Every day I'm going to thank you guys because it's because of you that we're able to do this. I hope we can make it an enjoyable hour for you. We appreciate everything. Brian, here we go, baby. Now this one we got from the back, okay? Now, folks, I'm going to tell you just how in tune this guy is, okay, and how sharp. We did not let him call timeout here or anything. And we put up two betting props, okay? And they're going to consist of this, okay? Right now there are, oh my, you see that right there, Brian?
Huh.
You see that?
Yeah,
okay,
I
folks,
see it.
we have 7 teams that are 0-2. Buffalo, Oakland, Houston, the Giants, Detroit, Seattle, and Arizona. And our prop bet, because those of you that can't see it because you're listening to us on the radio, is how many of those teams will make the playoff? Over a half is plus 125. Under a half is minus 145. So there's 7 0-2 teams in the NFL. And how many of these 0-2 teams will make the playoffs? Over or under a half? All right, Andrew, bring Brian back. Let me see. Sorry to blindside you with that one, brother, but what do you think of that prop?
I don't think it's that tough, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to need to call a timeout. I don't even need to phone a friend. I think I feel pretty confident in that one.
So you wouldn't even waste a lifeline on this one. You wouldn't even waste a lifeline.
Wouldn't even waste a lifeline. No. You want me to answer it now, or you want to go through?
No, ship it because I got another one coming for you. Now listen, guys, this is on the fly. Go ahead.
Okay, so you have 7 0-2 teams, and you've got over under a half a team to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Under is minus 45. Take back going over is plus 25, and I am going to go over. Final answer, plus 125.
Really? Okay. Now, why would you go over? Like, who do you think could be your safety net there to get you over the top?
Well, do you want to go over each one of them, or do you want me just?
Yeah, let's go over quick because and then we're going to do the 2-0. I'm going to blindside you with the 2-0 teams. All right.
All right, rapid fire. Let's go. All right, what's the first one?
Buffalo.
Please.
Done.
This is. I thought this was the worst team in football. It might be Arizona. This team is so bad. They had a guy retire at halftime last week, which I thought. I actually retired at halftime. Reminds me when I was a kid. I used to get the sports section and read it every morning. I had this thing going on when I was about 9 or 10 when I would see tennis scores and I would see like John McEnroe. It would say that he wins 6-4, retired. And I would say to my dad, I can't believe this guy retired in the middle of the match. I thought that's what it meant when it said retired. I thought the guy just quit in the middle of a tennis match. And then later on, I would see his name in the paper weeks later. But no, it actually happened. Vontae Davis retires at halftime with the Bills. That's how bad this team is.
Yeah, but if that would happen to you with Brett Favre, you would have really got confused because you would have said he retired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, I'm old enough that I'm pretty much Brett Favre's age, unfortunately.
So now, so with that great example, Buffalo's definitely not going to get you home. All right, the next one, Oakland.
Okay, so Oakland's an interesting team. They're not going to make the playoffs, but I think this is going to be a really interesting team. I don't expect them to win more than, let's say, 5 games this year max, maybe, and probably even lower than that. But I think they're going to be a team that we could be betting a lot this year. I'm going to say 5 wins, but they remind me a little bit of the Cleveland Browns last year, although they're not going to lose every game like Cleveland. I think of Oakland as a team that's going to be in the game, and they're going to be a team we're going to tease the heck out of this year. I think I see this team consistently losing, but not losing by a lot. So I think they'll be I think they'll be a fun team to bet on.
So Oakland's not going to get you home. So far, you got 2 strikes here. Third
That's
team,
right.
Houston.
Well, that's my team. Houston's going to right the ship this week against the New York Giants, who I think is an abysmal team. And Houston's been kind of slow out of the gate the last few years. They always seem to right the ship. I still think this is a team with a lot of potential. I think it's going to be close, but I think Houston gets there.
So real quickly now. So what about? So now you have. Do you think the Giants, Detroit, Seattle, or Arizona have any? Are they going to be bonuses, or it's just all about Houston?
Detroit, no shot. So a lot of people would say Seattle. They think could get there, but I'm so anti-Seattle. You're going to see me fading them every week this year. I think they're overly public, and we had a guest on a few weeks ago that said the same thing. Right? I think that was that Ron, I believe, that was also very anti-Seattle. Mm-hmm. Please, I don't. That division's too tough for these guys to make the playoffs.
And then, of course, Arizona, you got them as one of the worst teams ever.
The worst.
And then you got the Giants. So basically, to you, this prop is: will Houston make the playoffs? Plus 125, yes. Minus 145, no.
I mean, there's always a chance Seattle could get there. Maybe Detroit could, but it's pretty much Houston for me.
Okay, there we go. So Houston could be, but do you think it's a bad prop or it's a way out of line prop? If we were going to release it out for betting, what would you adjust on it?
I would probably lower it by about 20 cents.
So 165 on the under. No, 125 on the under. Plus 105 on the.
That's right.
So
not a bad line.
Right?
I've seen worse. Yeah, I've seen worse. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so there you go, folks. Guys out there, there's 7 0-2 teams, and we just made a line on how many of these teams we believe will make the playoffs. And Oklahoma, Brian, now listen to this guy. He's centered right now. He's focused. He believes only one has a realistic opportunity. That's Houston. All right, here's the next prop on the 2-0 teams. You ready? Bam. Miami, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Denver, Tampa Bay, and the Rams. Those are 7 teams that are 2-0. Now, the prop is, how many of those teams will make the playoffs? Over 4.5 plus 150. Under 4.5 minus 170. Brian, what do you think, brother? Talk to me.
Yeah, you're making me think a little bit with this one.
That's how I know I got a good line. That's how I know I got a good line if you're actually thinking about it.
I'm going to go over simply because of the plus price. I can't resist the plus 150, but it's gonna land 4 or 5, and I'll take the over. I'll take the 5.
All right,
yeah,
now
I'll go over.
Now let's see. Okay, we're gonna share this with our audience. How you would analyze, like we were in our betting room. How you would analyze the over on this. There's 7 teams that are 2-0. Miami, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, KC, Denver, Tampa, and the Rams. 4.5 is the number. So you think you would wager our money that 5 or more of these teams will make the playoffs. Let's go down the line. Miami.
Well, I bet the heck out of them in the preseason futures. And I did it only because I got a great price on them to win the division. My average price is over 10-1. I think I even got some 12-1 on them to win the AFC East. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but at that price, I couldn't turn it down. They're 2-0, and they're favored to be 3-0 after they play Oakland this week. Historically, this is a team that starts out strong in September and wilts a little bit. But, the division is really bad outside of New England.
Ryan, let's go quick. We got a minute.
Rapid. 2-minute offense. All right.
Wait, are you going to be able to come back with us on the next segment for a couple minutes to finish this?
Let's see how many we can get in. Throw me another one.
Next one, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, the division's weak, but I generally think they're going to regress. I think this is a 9-7 team, and they're going to be right on the border.
Okay, now here's one that we're going to call these your aces. Jacksonville.
100% they're in.
Okay, so they're an ace. They would be one of your four that you think thank you. Gosh, Ryan, you got real quick, Kansas City.
100%. I think they're in. I think this might be the best team in football. Get by now. I think this team is. This is the St. Louis Rams from 2003, in my opinion.
Ryan, we're going to take a break. We're halfway through. Stay with us so we can finish this prop. This is Frank and Brian,
got it.
Fifth Street Sports. We'll be right back.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national...
All right, guys. Mike sounds better. You're clear.
Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Call the CPAP hotline now. 800-430-4234. 800-430-4234. That's 800-430-4234. Copays and deductibles apply. Supplies are replaced in accordance with Medicare guidelines.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Welcome back to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. We have Oklahoma Brian that we're finishing a segment on one of our props. And look who's in the house. The boss, Mr. Nick Geber, is going to be in the house. But Brian, we only got you for a few more minutes, and we wanted to really finish this one because we got a lot of response. People are interested in you closing up this prop. Okay, so here, let me recap that. Okay, we had seven teams that are 2-0. How will the numbers 4.5 of those teams to make the playoffs? You're betting the over plus 150. We went through Miami. You said shady. Cincinnati, shady. Jacksonville is one of your aces. KC is one of your aces. Now we go to Denver. What about that?
Denver would probably be the weakest of those 7 teams, in my opinion. This is the pretender of the 7. I have no faith in Denver making the playoffs. Good start, 2-0. Enjoy the home game, Denver. You are not making it to the playoffs.
Okay, but remember, we got to get 5 of these home for you to win. The next one, Tampa Bay.
Love this team. Although I do acknowledge the division is an incredibly difficult division. But maybe I was wrong. I was really strong on New Orleans out of the gate. They've disappointed me. Although historically New Orleans has been a slow team to start the season. This Tampa team is really going to show us a lot with this Pittsburgh game on Monday night. Steelers are basically a cornered animal. They need the win really bad. I actually like Tampa's chances to get this win on Monday night. So
you're going to use this as one of your aces. Now the next one, kind of easy. I know you're going to go with it.
I won't call them an ace, but I like their chances. Yeah.
Okay. Now the next one I know is going to be your ace of spades here, which is the last one, the L.A. Rams.
L.A. Rams. Could I say anything other than I think that's kind of an obvious choice. Although they do have the L.A. Derby coming up this week. Like that, Nick? Derby?
Yes, very nice, sir. Well done.
Hey, Brian, so now let's recap this, okay? Because you got to get 5 of these home. So far, you really only gave me 3 solid aces: Jacksonville, Kansas City, and the Rams. Now you got to get 2 out of these next 4 to get over: Miami, Cincinnati, Denver, and Tampa Bay. Miami, Cincinnati, Denver. You think 2 out of those 4 get home? You will?
Yeah, for plus 150. I mean, I think you'd have to be nuts to take the minus price. I'm definitely not going to lay close to 2-1 on under 4.5. So I'm confident.
So you're going to go. You're going to take over in both things, and you think the first one was 20-cent bad line. Okay, so 20-cent bad line. You're going to adjust it. What about the second one? How bad was that line in your estimation?
The 4.5 is the right number to use, but I would make it. I would probably make the under 140 and the over plus 120.
Right.
So I'll say 30 cents off.
Now, explain, because we know that those were perfectly exact key numbers of 4.5. Because we know if you use the 5, chances are everybody's going to go under, because we know 6 of these probably ain't going to get home. If we use the 4, it'd be too much of a thing. You know, we almost see 4 of them getting home. So 4.5 is the right number, right?
Yeah. Are these? Did you borrow these lines from a real book, or these are real Vegas Frank lines? My hand to God. I was in the backyard, but of course I did have my little dog with me. He helps me handicap. I did have Jax with me. I was in my backyard with a cup of coffee, a pen, and I said, "Boy, I want to throw something at Brian because right now he's processing on all cylinders." And I actually made these lines. And running it through you and being only 20 cents off before we started adjusting, I think I made a pretty good prop bet. What do you think? I'll tell you what, if radio and betting doesn't work out for you, I think you got a really solid third option in prop line maker. I think those are good. Yeah.
Well, Nick, you thought I had a better career in what was it?
Proctology.
He's always after me. I mean, you know, he hired me, and he says, "Well, listen, if it doesn't work out, I can get you a job. You know, forget it. I can get you a job." Hey, but Brian, I really want. Okay, so there we go. We ran by the pretenders, the non-pretenders. We broke it in a betting fashion. There's one team this week, okay? Well, that's really starting to get to me because we call it the Milton Berle team. Milton Berle. Now,
Uncle Milty.
Now let me ask you something about Uncle Milty. Uncle Milty had a special section of his anatomy. But for radio,
what part of his anatomy was that, Frank? His ears?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't his ears, but he was famous for it.
Yeah.
Can you slong?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, it was his slong. So Milton Berle, he was very, very famous.
But it wasn't like Donald Trump's, because apparently that looks like the mushroom guy from Mario Kart, according to Stormy Daniels. Did you see that quote? That is one of the funniest things I've heard.
It wasn't, no, but he was famous for having an extremely large slong. So a lot of the times, Brian, you can ask the question why we think the Minnesota Vikings are the Milton Berle of the NFL. Explain that to our listeners.
Well, I believe the story goes something like this. Urban legend, or maybe it was true. He would be challenged. Other people would claim to have a longer organ than Uncle Milty. And in the process of trying to show that his was in fact larger, oftentimes his opponent would show theirs. And then Uncle Milty would show us just enough to prove that his was larger. That's just like the Minnesota Vikings. They only they're minus 17. I knew this segment was not going to end well, by the way.
So the Minnesota Vikings are minus 17, and in our opinion, since they're the Milton Berle of the NFL, they'll win, but just enough, maybe not to cover that 17, right?
They might not have to roll out the entire package. This is a team that wins with defense. They're challenged offensively. This is probably of the elite teams in the NFL, and I certainly consider the Vikings to be an elite team. This is maybe not the best team to cover a big number like this, even though there's no way they lose the game. I think it could be a tough number.
So there you go, minus 17. Nick, I know you're getting a nice education here in NFL football, and you're starting to learn because you're used to that game
the round bowl
where you could watch it and you go eat a pizza, come back, take a nap, and it looks like the same thing, and it's still 0-0.
No. You're talking about baseball? No. Oh, sorry.
No. We're talking about your not American football, as they put on the thing, soccer. You know that, Brian. Have you ever seen they start the game, and you go to the bathroom, you get a cup of coffee, you make the bed, you do a load of laundry, you come back, and it looks like the screen.
And you've missed the only 4 goals in the game. That's the problem.
And it's still 0-0.
Well.
Okay, so now you're getting a nice NFL education.
Yeah.
And now you know that teams that are laying 17 in the NFL, that's a complete no-no.
Right.
Utter no-no. Okay. Okay, now, Brian, do you think there's any other possible...
But didn't Milton Berle lay more than 17?
No. Milton Berle would only lay enough to win.
Oh.
He didn't have to take out the
inches.
Not the whole jacket.
Okay.
So, Brian, are there any other, possible Milty teams out there that just do enough to get by?
I mean, historically, it's the teams that win with defense. So, like the Baltimore Ravens from 2004, I guess. There've been a handful of teams like that. I suppose you could say the Broncos at the end when they won their championship, where it had a little Milty in them. And that's basically the Milton formula. Alabama was kind of like that up until this year, but they're definitely not anymore.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Boy, this Alabama, they would lay 38, win by 35, lay 41, win by 34. And then just take the gas off in the second half. They'd be up 34 to 27-0 in the first half and win 34-0. No interest in covering.
Yeah.
Not
this year. They're up. Not this year. No, they're up 35-0 before you can figure out what channel they're on.
This year, the Alabama's rolling out the whole Milton. Milty right there because
they are rolling.
Hey, anyways, so there we have it. Now, gosh, we're looking for.
I'm glad my parents don't watch the show, by the way.
Oh, your parents are watching it?
No, I'm glad they don't. I don't think they even know the show exists. Thank goodness.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the show. We're just bringing it to you the way. Listen, we're talking like 3 guys at a bar or at a pub because we got Nick with us, Three guys at the pub, right?
Absolutely.
Look at Nick over here. Nick's got his laptop, and I know he doesn't care about American football. I'm going to reach over here, and I hope I don't see any porn on this thing. He's watching a soccer game.
I can't help it. Champions League's going on right now.
Are you kidding
come
me?
on,
He's
let's be
watching
honest.
a soccer game during this match. I mean, are we that boring, Brian, that the boss is watching a soccer game?
Very exciting stuff, but there is exciting stuff happening in the Champions League. So
yeah, there's an exciting thing right now. It's nothing after an hour and a half, and they're getting the ball away from the center of the field. We got a message from Billy. Hey, wait a second. We got Billy Donlin is.
Yeah,
what's he saying over
there
here,
we go.
Billy?
Billy says, "Did you see? Did he ask me if I saw Ronaldo get a red card for Juventus today?" And this is big news, all right? Yes, I did, and it was a horror tackle. Gets straight red, off he goes, and shockingly enough, it doesn't change anything because Juventus still beating Valencia at the Mestalla 2-0. The big result, though, the big shock right now in the Champions League, and I wish we had bet this this underdog. Man City losing at home to Lyon 2-1 as of right now in the 78th minute. So we're going to talk about that and loads more. And then we're going to let Brian Allen go.
Okay,
he's got to go
Brian,
teach, right?
Thanks, brother. Thank you for the show. Have a great day in the class. We're going to talk about a big upset happening in soccer right now. I mean, there's three of us know it. Anyways, Billy, we'll be right back. Thanks for writing in. Fifth Street Sports, taking a break.
See you guys.
My lawn's been worn out by summer, not to mention by my kids.
This year, use Scott's in the fall. Just one more feeding gives your grass the nourishment it needs to recover from the wear and tear of summer, while also building resilient roots to help prevent a weak, thin lawn next spring.
This fall, my kids and my grass are back out to play.
This is a Scott's Yard. Now's the time to feed your lawn. Pick up a bag of Scott's Winter Guard today.
When working at a growing business, you wear many hats. The new business hat, the buying toner for the copy machine hat, the sifting through tons of resumes hat. You can throw away that last hat thanks to Indeed.com. When posting your job, Indeed lets you add screener questions that give you a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates. So go ahead, dust off that extra long lunch hat. Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
It's time for the Yellow Tag sales event at your local BRP dealer, where you can save big on new Can-Am off-road vehicles. Can-Am vehicles were made to perform and make the most out of any challenge. And right now, quality costs less, because you can save up to $2,000 on select Can-Am vehicles. Just stop by your local BRP dealer right now before the Yellow Tag sales event is gone. Offer ends September 30th, 2018. Certain conditions may apply. See dealer for details.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now. Want to stay in touch with your favorite Sports Byline USA network hosts? Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at Sports Byline USA. You can also see the latest news in the world of sports, learn about upcoming contests and giveaways, plus catch up on guest info so you never miss a moment with the biggest names in every sport. Football, basketball, baseball, MMA, and more. No matter where you are in the U.S. or around the world, you can stay connected to the hosts and fans who love what you love. So check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Sports Byline USA.
Guys, welcome back to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. I'm joined with Mr. Nick Geber. He's a soccer general, soccer master, as we call him here on the show. By the way, we're on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network. You can find us on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. Billy had wrote in a thing about Ronaldo, and then you went on to the Manchester game. What's happening?
Yeah, well, I'm going to get that. Before we go there, Frank, I just want to welcome to the show all of the men and women in uniform who are serving our country, listening to us around the world on the American Forces Network. Now, look, there are shows out there that, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook, you're getting to see a video stream. There are lots of people that like to talk sports, but we get to speak to all the people listening on affiliate stations of Sports Byline, of SB Nation Radio, and American Forces. We are honored to do that, Frank. It's really great. But yeah, the Champions League is ongoing. Now, yesterday, during Fifth Street Soccer, which, by the way, is at 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, sure is.
Nick Webster and I yesterday gave some of our picks, and right now, although these matches are not over,
right,
we picked Ajax over AEK Athens, and they're up 3-0, so that game's over, so that's done. We picked Bayern Munich over Benfica, and they're up 2-0. That was not a difficult one to pick. I mean, but there you go. Shakhtar Hoffenheim, we said was going to be a draw, and that indeed was a draw at 2-2. The shocker so far in the Champions League is that Manchester City are at 83 minutes in, and they are at home, and they are losing to Lyon 2-1.
Wow.
And we talk about Paris Saint-Germain all the time. We talk about about the lineup of that team and how fantastic they are, and of course they lost to Liverpool yesterday.
Right.
But with Memphis Depay and Nabil Fekir, Lyon are nothing to scoff at either. And Nabil Fekir, who is a very unfortunate name, if you're going to have your name sung at a stadium in England, didn't make the transfer to Liverpool due to a knee injury in the off season. Right. So he's proving his worth at Lyon. Real Madrid making short work of Roma 2-0. Victoria Pilsen, which is one of my favorite teams because they sound like a delicious beer.
Yes, sir.
Are beating 2-1 over CSKA Moscow, 86th minute. But Juve, how about this? 2-0 away in Spain at the Mestalla against Valencia.
Wow. Cristiano
Ronaldo sent off in the 26th minute. That is a huge result. It's going to hold. It's 82 minutes. It might be 2-1. Valencia is certainly not going to score 3 goals here. And then in Switzerland, Manchester United are beating Kevin Spacey's team, Young Boys, by a score of 3-0. So there you go. Enough on the Champions League, though, Frank. We got so much more to talk about. We'll cover the Champions League at 6 p.m. tonight on Fifth Street Soccer.
You and Nick Webster. Stay tuned. 6 p.m. Pacific. Oh my! Hang on a second, you guys. We got Rockford coming in.
Oh,
Rockford's coming
Rockford,
in.
But okay.
Andrew, what's he got? All right, Rockford is coming in on game 380. UL Monroe +6, and his explanation on that is both teams are 2-1. 4-0 against the spread. 4-0 against the spread is this UL Monroe, and the dog is 4-1 in this matchup. So there it is, Rockford, game 398, UL Monroe +6. Write it down. We're keeping track, boys. These guys, if they go south, they're off the team. So far, they're all doing great. Now, Nick, there's a question I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah.
This guy in New Jersey, he bet he made an interactive bet on the Denver game, and they won't pay him his $82,000.
Yeah, right. This is what happens. So he's in New Jersey. He's betting at FanDuel in New Jersey, which is a sports book now in New Jersey. And he bet $110 on the Broncos, and he did it because it was a live pricing. And what happened is the Denver was trailing 19-7 in the fourth quarter, and this bloke, whose name was I forget his name, the guy that made the bet. We'll get to him in a second. So the Broncos then got a comfortable field goal range after a nice pass. And then FanDuel tried to update their live betting odds to reflect now Denver is a -600 favorite.
No, not at that time.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what happened.
Okay.
I'm reading it. So
okay.
Yeah. However, according to the company, an error in the live odds feed caused the Broncos to be posted as a 750-1 dog to win the game. So the guy puts a bet on this, and the payout was $82,610, which he got. And FanDuel declined to pay him. They said that there was an error in the line. They offered him $500 and some tickets to a game, and the guy's flipping mad, and he's going to report them to the various gaming authorities. And I know we differ in terms of opinion on this, and I know, Frank, you feel that the FanDuel within their rights because it was a line error. Is that correct?
Right, that's correct, yeah. Like online, we've done this many times, and that was really gross, plus 750 to 1. That was such a gross line error. In our sports books, many times we've made bets like that weren't even that far off, and they just get canceled. There's no action. You raise attention to you. You're not going to get paid. Your bet gets canceled, and too bad.
Well,
it's a bad line.
See, here's my take on this.
Right.
Now, clearly it was a mistake. I mean,
yes.
I don't think anybody, if they honestly have an odds maker that's putting those odds out live and it's not a mistake, I hope that guy never works in the business again.
Right.
But here's my thing, Frank. You can't stack this in favor of the casinos and the betting companies in every single scenario.
But if you
because
honor
that's
this
what,
one, you
but
gotta
no,
honor them all.
Yeah, that's right. If you honor this one, you
no.
got to honor them all. And you know what? That's called if you have the right to cut off sharp bettors who win the game fairly, you do not have the right to say, I'm going to cut you off if you win. Oh, and if we screw up and you win, we're not going to pay you. In fact, the only people we're going to take are people that lose, which is what they're doing. If you want to be government regulated and you want essentially a monopoly, because it becomes very difficult for more than one sports book to go into an area, you got to stand up and be responsible for your actions, Frank. If they say we are not allowed to cut off sharp bettors, we have to take sharp bettors bet. We have to keep the betting numbers the same for everybody. You can bet from $10 to $10,000.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether you're sharp, whether you're an L7. Doesn't matter to us.
That's our product. You want to buy it, you buy it.
Yeah, it's open for everybody.
Right.
Then, fair enough. I totally agree. If we make a mistake, we made a mistake, guys. This is logical. We made a mistake. But to stack it such that if you're a sharp bettor and you win, we're going to cut you off. If we're idiots and we make a mistake and we lose, we're going to not honor it. It just creates the two sections of the boundaries that come together and squeeze it even more in favor of the book, which is the way it is at all times. So Frank, I'm with you, but if they do that, then they got to say we can't cut people off because they're sharp.
It's kind of it's not apples and oranges, but it's definitely apples and peaches. It's a little bit different because I guarantee you, like let's say for instance there's an interactive game and the line should be minus 14 on the team, and the guy putting up the line real quick because you got to think quick. He puts plus 14, and you bet it. That was a 28-point line, just a real gross error right there. If you would have bet the other side and lost, your bet would be canceled too because you made a mistake and bet a bad line. Nick, you can't do that because if you honor that, you'll probably go out of business because you're going to make that mistake a lot. And they have a disclaimer: if it's a gross line error, it will not be
get
honored.
it, Frank. I get what you're saying. But by the same token, I think this can't be looked at in a vacuum. You have to look at this situation in terms of the overall picture of how you stack the odds against the player. But look, Frank. We talked about this with the Phil Ivey situation and the edge sorting.
Okay.
I feel the same way about card counting. If I have a genius mind, I'm not bringing a computer to the table. I don't have something in my shoes, or I'm tapping. Right. That's cheating, okay? But if I've got a very good mind and I can count cards, to hell with the casino. I should be able to. If I'm so smart like Phil Ivey that I detect imperfections in the cards that the casinos are using, and I didn't put those decks in there,
right? Or have anybody else put them in there.
Or have anyone else put them in there. If just my intelligence is giving me an edge,
right?
Then that's my money.
Right, but
they don't do it. They stack it against the player every time.
That's skill, though, Nick. I'm with you on those. But let me ask you something.
What's one skill saying?
Okay,
look at this error. Look at this juicy line. I'm going to take it.
No, but let me ask you something. Let's say you had been playing blackjack for an hour at a big table. You've been betting a lot. and you're down $80,000. And they say to you, oh, we just got 6 decks out of there, and we realized that there was an extra 25s in there. The card 5s are great for the house. There was an extra 25s in the deck. Very sorry about that. We want to give you your money back. That's an error. Or there was an extra 20 face cards, and you got to give the money back. That's an error in the thing. Do you realize what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my. Guys, we got breaking news. Breaking news. America's Worst Bettor is in.
Is that me?
No, this guy's good. Okay, America's Worst Bettor is on the loose. And let me see what he's coming in with. All right, you guys. AWB, which is America's Worst Bettor, has now made a play on the Minnesota Vikings, -17. So let's write that down. This guy is this guy makes mush look like a winner, if you ever seen Bronx Tale. So Minnesota Vikings -17. Chart it down for AWB. Now let's get back to this, Nick. So in your decision, if you owned a sports book and every single time you made a quick little typo on an interactive game, completely a gross line error, you would pay that? You would pay every gross line error? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but then I have the right.
Go broke.
No, then I have the right to shut off sharp bettors.
But
you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Look, if I'm sitting in front of a video poker machine,
right,
and it spits out $10 million, okay, on a nickel play, it's clearly a glitch.
Right.
And it says in there maximum payout 10,000.
All malfunctions void.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's a little thing that they do. A lot of people have asked me this question. For example, if I'm playing Pai-Gow, why do they make me wait to look at the cards? They deal them, and I have to wait until everybody's been dealt their cards before I can.
Why do they make you do that?
Well, you know why?
No.
Because any mistake from the shuffle master is going to void all plays.
Any mistake from the shuffle master?
Yeah, so if as they're pulling it out of the shuffle master
right,
and they're dealing the cards, if there's any misdeal along the way, it'll void the hand. If I look down and I have a 7-card straight flush before they're ready to play the game, and they say void, I'm going to be flipping mad, right?
I did not know that.
That's why they do it, right?
Really?
That's why they do it.
I was wondering, why is everybody waiting? What are they waiting for?
Yeah, that's it. It's so that if there's a misdeal, they don't kill, because they'll kill the hand in the misdeal. It's clearly stated there. But I'm sorry,
Nick, I'm a player, and I'd love to beat books, and we love to do that. But clearly in their thing, that's a gross line error. And
I think they should pay it.
He should have taken the $500 and the tickets, because online he would have got nothing. He would have got his bet canceled, probably thrown out.
Yep.
And you know why they do that to books? Because they can.
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't throw out sharp bettors, as far as I'm concerned. That should be illegal. You can't selectively be licensed for everybody.
Well,
and throw people out. It's not if you have to be publicly licensed, Frank, it's not a private business.
Well, then I think you should go finish your law degree, and then
I never started it.
Since you're with the Fifth Street Sports Team, we would need you as our arbitrator, because we're getting thrown out of sports books all the time.
All right, we'll talk about it briefly when we come back.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a break. Nick Geber, Frank Perez, Fifth Street Sports.
You're clear.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Pedro Fernandez here. You might know me as the host of Ring Talk Live Worldwide, but this time I'm here to talk about that 4-letter word everybody dreads, pain. If you have back pain or knee pain like I do, hey, you should know about the Health Alert Hotline. I'm talking about if Medicare is your primary medical insurance, and guess what? You can qualify for a back or knee brace or a shoulder brace for little or no charge. Anything to help me with the pain, hey, makes it more manageable, gets my attention, folks. I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for your back, ankle, knee, or shoulder, guess what? Give the Health Alert Hotline a call, toll free, 1-800-428-1570. 1-800-428-1570. You can qualify for a back or knee brace or a shoulder brace for little or no charge. 1-800-428-1570.
All right, 2-minute close. Stand by.
Line 1-800-428-1570.
Guys, we're back, 5th Street Sports. The hours go fast. We've had a good time. Over here we have Mr. Nick Geber. He is our president, soccer expert.
Wow, Manchester City losing to Leeds.
Man City just blows.
Unbelievable.
Man City loses this game.
I know.
Guys, we've had a really...
look at that.
Hey, wait a second.
Billy Donlin again. Yep, he's commenting
Billy
on
Donlin has just wrote in and said, the Lion wins.
Lyon wins.
City.
Take
Wow.
that, City.
And I know you love that, Nick, because
do.
you really... Who do you like more, the Manchester City or your ex-wives?
Probably Manchester City. But you're thinking Manchester United.
Oh, Manchester.
I
forgot. I know it was man something.
That's hard. Yeah, Manchester United's tough, but no, I can't stand those bastards. Liverpool, of course, my team have been for decades, but we're looking very good. But listen, 6 o'clock tonight, tune in right here. 5th Street Soccer, going to break it all down for you.
6 p.m. You got Nick Geber and Nick Webster, two of the best soccer guys on the planet. They're going to be... What is it? It's 9 p.m. Eastern, right?
9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, correct, yep.
Soccer show, 5th Street Sports. Well, Nick, the time goes fast. We went through a bunch of stuff. So, needless to say, after the smoke clears, I would not pay the guy. You would pay the guy.
I would pay the guy.
I say no, buddy. That's a line there.
But I would only pay him with your money. I wouldn't pay him with mine.
Thank you. You can't do that because if you do that, forget about it. You're gonna feel like you're on a Greek freighter with ankle weights.
Well,
okay?
When this stuff was not regulated, Frank. I know sports books have always been regulated,
right.
but when it was sort of the Wild West out there, anything went. But I think now that we have monopolies in these businesses, essentially state-given monopolies. Essentially, it's so difficult to get a sportsbook license.
Right.
You can't cut off sharp bettors. You have to be responsible for your errors. You have to stand up like a big boy and wear the big boy pants and deal with it. That's going to do it, though, for us.
Guys, we're almost ready to wrap it up. Billy Donlin, don't forget, give us 3 of your picks. You go 3-0, we'll send you a 5th Street Sports shirt with your size. But you got to go 3-0, brother. Be part of the team. Anyways, folks, thanks for listening. It's been a great hour. 5th Street Sports, Nick Geber, Frank Perez. We had Oklahoma Brian. We'll see you tomorrow. We got a great show lined up. Don't miss it. 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.
All right, you're clear, Frank.